Once again, it's on you guys. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to Sex Talk with T. Gray on WEMS Radio. It is Tenderoni Tuesday. So I got nothing but sexy tenderonis in the mix with me tonight, you guys. I got a fantastic female comedian guest in the building, blowing stuff up right on Wild Out. Funny as hell. And I got my super sexy, one of my faves out of Richmond. Absolutely phenomenal, pretty brown female comedian going to come in here. She's going to co-host with me. We're going to have a damn good time. So this is the only question we got to know about my guest host but is she funny? Patrice DeVeaux, come on in here, girl.
Hey, it's the pretty brown driving me wild. Oh wait, I realized even still like that. I don't realize I like that
Yes. Yes.
Great, how you doing, gorgeous? Listen, the catalog stays, but we ain't gonna come in that hot right there. Listen, the catalog will always get played in the infinity, but that's it.
R. Kelly is still responsible for COVID babies. Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Right. It's so good to be back with you because I haven't really gotten a chance to like chop it up with you since we did in DC.
You did my other show, Conversations with Comedians.
Yes.
I appreciate that, y'all. So what you all don't know in the background, T. Gray got 2-3 shows. Okay, I'm always doing something.
Hard-working lady right here. She gonna play.
I'm gonna be the heart of it. And so Patrice came down, did the show, and we had a ball. She's just coming back from New York from the Black Women in Comedy Festival, which is something that is absolutely phenomenal. It's a blessing, I think, for a lot of female comedians just to be able to have that camaraderie and see that, hey, it's other chicks out here doing it, grinding it, and not at each other's throats.
I didn't even know how much I needed the Black Women in Comedy Laugh Fest until I was there. I was like, oh my God, this is a whole part of my soul that's been missing. Yeah, it was nothing but laughter, great vibes, and I love that we were able to celebrate all the different types of women in comedy. That was the main thing for me because, we're not a monolith. So, you had the emo, super dark comedy chicks. You had, the real blurty, nerdy comedy chicks. It was just everything under the spectrum of women in comedy, Black women in comedy. And I feel privileged to even be a part of it. It was only the second year. It's only going to get bigger. So,
amen. Amen. So we got a dope guest for y'all tonight, you guys. It's Tenderoni Tuesday. I got all the tenderonis coming through tonight. Give y'all a little caramel sensation. She giving y'all the brown sensation. I guess don't eat here so they can get some of that toasted almond.
Bring her in because I'm excited. This is my first time ever really. I see her blowing it up all over the place, over the internet. I know she's also traveling all across the country, even in COVID, clearing up stages. So I'm really excited to just even be in the same virtual space with the illustrious and beautifully hilarious Jen Thomas.
What's up? We in here tonight.
Yes.
I didn't realize it was Tenderoni Tuesday. You should have had some Bobby Brown for us.
Right. Because I've been working on them little dance moves.
The show out on that
little girl.
So welcome, Jen, to Sex Talk with T. Gray. I appreciate you being a guest on with me. You guys, if you all have not seen Jen Thomas, I don't know what y'all been doing. Y'all ain't been looking at nothing on the internet because she's out here killing the game. She's killing the game on stage. She's killing you guys with these things that she's posted. Her podcast, we talk that ish with some, y'all already know, Love Below Vets. JJ Wilson is on there. Who else is on there? Lab Love is on there.
Wow.
Steve's on there. Like, look, all my faves. All my faves is on there. So your show, you guys, is phenomenal. So make sure that you all also check that out. Before we leave, we're going to also talk about Patrice's show because individually as comedians, you all are doing fantastic things, but then you also do things in collectives with groups and other communities. And so I definitely want to make sure that we shine a light on that. But we can talk about podcasts, so we're going to start there first. first things first. I was reposting one of Jen's videos, and so she made a comment about dudes out here getting that peach A.
Right.
The fuck? How much ass do you really think is getting eaten out here? Like, is that no longer taboo for a man to want anal play, for heterosexual men to want anal play?
Okay. Anal play is one thing. When you talk about sticking my tongue in there, first of all, I don't know if you ever had a man that you love and you have washed his dirty drawers. There's no way. Boys are gross. Like, it's no way I'm sticking my tongue on it. The most that's gonna happen is, you know, that little the gooch. Ain't that what they call it? The gooch? Like, I get that perineum for you. I might get that perineum for you if you fresh out the shower. But licking and eating ass of a man, absolutely not. That is unacceptable behavior over here on this side. I mean, I'm not.
My thing is, I blame the women who do it. Like, once you eat your man peach, you shouldn't release him back into the wild. Like, that's your peach now. Like, nobody don't want it after you. You own the peach. Don't try to auction it off. Don't say he ain't no good. No, I don't care what happened in your relationship. Keep him, because that's what starts it. Is that you want to get wild one night and now you want to break up with this dude. No, because he going to expect that out of another sister. Well, I don't like peaches over here.
I'm going to say I don't blame them. I'm not mad at them. I just feel like there should be a phone tree for them hoes. So that way, when he wants that, I can tell you where to go. Like, let me direct you to the eating assholes. Like, and you know what I mean? Because they say all the time, for what you won't do, another woman will. Please do this, because I'm
not eat no ass, man, because I got sensitive skin. I only can use Dove products. You know what I'm saying? My skin is very sensitive, and I don't know, you know what I'm saying, where your ass been. And I ain't know, you know, I like mine ate though, but I don't want to eat no more.
Oh, okay.
You can eat mine, but I can't eat yours, sir, because I take care of mine. You don't take care of yours. You drink Hennessy at 7 in the morning, sir. I ain't
in the position to eat ass and it's just not masculine. Like, it's just,
you got
your legs up, sir.
Your legs up or you're bent over. Either way, I now my it has all dried up. The coochie dried up. I am not
like he wanted his ass ate. He bent over. I'm gonna broke his back. I will break your back. Grow up. Stand up and get your head like a man. That's it. I'm not gonna eat no entire ass. No, you can follow that. You eat no whole ass tonight.
I can't with y'all.
I'm not eating no ass.
Oh, we coming in hot. This is how we started. Like, this is not even 6 minutes in, ladies and gentlemen.
Look, it's the way they ask you. They never ask you to eat their ass. They just assume you ready. Like, you
right.
Ready.
And see, that's what I'm looking the gooch. Like, when you right there on that spot, like, I had this dude just straight try to mush my head down. I said, hold up, sir, stop pushing on my head. Like, I'm not going down there. And he's being all forceful. Like, if you want your ass, first of all, say that. Talk to me. Have a
conversation. Personally, for me, I know people like some things that you don't ask on the first date. Is some shit you ask on the first date. Do you like to get your ass ate? That is definitely something we ask when the appetizers come.
What?
When the appetizers
get there, it's like a black Republican. Like, they don't want people to know. But we see that you're not a Democrat, sir. We see that you voted for Trump. That's just how they be. It's the same.
Hilarious. It was so very interesting about that, in that being trying to decipher if it's a masculine thing, not masculine thing, and how you perform that. I've had a guy on my show before say, you know, I want to get my ass ate like a real man. And so my question was how does a real man do that? Like, I'm confused, because again, you're either big
a real man, girl. That's what he is.
Well, I feel like that's for people who've been in a long relationship. Like, they've been together 20 years. They ran out of stuff to do. But I don't think you should be doing that and you just knew the person 6 months. Like, I got to know your background.
I swear to God, I never get that bored in any relationship.
I'm still not going to do it, but I got to.
Zoom Coleman says first date ass eating convo breaks the ice. I'm pretty sure it do.
We need to have a conversation.
So how do you lead up so? What do you like to do for fun? Do you like your ass ate? Like, how do you lead into that?
I don't care how we lead into it, but we're going to get into it because we might not need to get to dessert depending on what you say. Listen, check, please.
So,
waitress.
Let me ask you this, Jen. Do you think that there's a lack in intimacy when somebody is challenging you to perform those things?
Well, I feel like we're in a time where people rush to the sex part. Mm-hmm. So sex for me, the best sex I ever had is the sex with somebody you love and somebody you care about and you know took your time. Now, if it, I think people want to do too much too fast. So if a person is uncomfortable, I don't think you should force them because you're not going to enjoy it. They're not enjoying it because they don't want to do it in the first place. So yeah, I think it could affect the relationship.
Most definitely. Have you ever, Patrice, been in a situation where the sex lacked intimacy?
Yeah, I would say so. Like it was just more, maybe a little maybe more carnal. It was definitely more physical than anything else. And it's, on paper, all the components were there, as far as like size and, that type of thing. But without that, some sort of extra connection, like Jen was saying, it just don't hit the same. I'll take a little, mediocre size with somebody that I really enjoy and care about. That hit different than, you know what I'm saying? You working with a monster, but I don't even really rock with you like that.
The worst sex I ever had is with a big dick. Big dicks are always horrible. They take up too much space. They can't even move around. They fill up the whole room. Sir.
They feel like just because they big, that's enough.
Right. They think they have amazing. So if you tell me it's big, I'd be like, oh Lord, this is gonna be boring as hell.
That is ass eating or peeing on your partner first date combo.
Zoom.
What?
You a wild man, sir. It seems like the only reason you know this is because it's stuff you don't know. You look like you like to be peed on. You know what, baby? You want to pee on me? I think that's weird, and I'm blocking you.
There's some things I feel like I'm only going to do if I never plan on seeing you again. Now, you want me to get in your mouth for so weird at you? I'm never going to see you again, sir.
I'm never talking after that. That's
hilarious. So the comedian Woo Woo chimed in. She says that we're mental. You got to finger my mind first, which is very, very true. Sometimes, for women, those two things are definitely connected. Now, I'm not knocking these one night stands and when you just out here not talking about that. But for the most part, those things are very intertwined. They're very connected. So if you don't stimulate me mentally, my girl not going to be stimulating either. Like there's no interest.
She's busy.
Right. So Zoom had asked, is these things first date conversation worthy? Are you talking about peeing and pooping? Are you talking about asking?
Well, some people I call them certain stuff be fetishes.
Yeah.
Like if you got a fetish of some sort, I do think you need to tell somebody, like you got a foot fetish and all of this. I want to be.
Let's get into it so we don't waste each other's time. Yeah. Like, let's talk about it so we don't waste each other's time.
Right. Because I might be like, I ain't into that. I want you
and I ain't gonna never be into it. Yeah. So yeah, on to the next one. So
if you got a fetish, tell us so we can decide.
But then is it a turn off if that conversation happens within the first few days? Is that a turn off? Are you?
Yes, because I know you already thinking about sex. We just met. And I hate when guys talk about sex too soon. Like, we just met. You don't even know if I like you yet. How you know you should even be worried about my sex? You might not even get there, sir. You may not even be able to visit that place. So don't worry about it. Let me like you at least first. Give me time to like you. They just want to skip that part.
I don't know. I feel like if I like you enough to go out in public with you, I'm at least considering it already. Because I like my own house and my own peace so much. It take a lot for a bitch to get dressed and come out. I don't need a 2 for $20 that damn bad that I'm just going to come outside.
So you different than me. See, I pull up for free food. You can be ugly hell. But as soon as if you be like, you going to get some crabs, if you want me to pull up, tell me you going to a choir place. I'm on the way.
Already there. So mine was Mischief, one of the best podcasts, you guys, in Atlanta. I love them. They chimed in and said, how long should we wait? So these are guys asking that question. How long should we wait? How long do you talk about sex or to have a firm understanding that the woman actually likes you? So I'll tackle this first. Now, when they say, women know if they want to fuck you when they see you, I feel like that's true. We do size y'all up. We know whether or not we want you in that way. Yeah, but again, that don't mean that you're going to get it. Right. Exactly. Of course, you got that. And, and all them brothers on Minds of Mission, they give you all kinds of shapes, sizes, colors, complexions. It's a beautiful plethora of black men over there. So, yeah, I could look at y'all and be like, oh, damn, every single one of them is fine. That don't mean that you definitely gonna get it, because what you do, what you say, how you carry yourself along the way can definitely shift that table. So as Jen said, let someone actually know that they like you. If I don't have an opportunity to get to know you on a different level other than the sex, then what is my attraction? I can go fuck anything just like you can just go fuck anything. So if that's all you bring, then what are you really here for? So my challenge to people a lot of times, whether it's in sex, in relationships, meeting, greeting, whatever the case may be, if you take away the major factors of a person, and what are you left with? So most people, we go for the money, the sex. And that's people. That's not a woman thing. That's not a man thing. That's people. If you take away the money and the sex, then what are you left with? That's the part of you that is going to resonate with that woman. That's the part of you that's going to want to make her bust it open for you. It's not necessarily going to be, oh, because you got this, you got that. So if I'm not given an opportunity or ability to get to know that, then you're wasting my time. If I can't just like you because of what you got. What you got could be gone tomorrow.
Oh, it's a lot of broke niggas getting great pussy right now. A lot of broke niggas ain't got.
You understand me? They fucking for it. They in their lives right now.
Broke niggas had the best dick. I feel like God knew they struggled, so he gave them good dick, knowing that you ain't gonna really be a lot in life. I should just give you this good dick, and it'll work until it don't work no more. So it depends on where you at with a person. I think it's important to have a conversation about. It's never too soon to talk about sex. I can listen to you talk. It's up to me if I'm gonna give it to you, because I'm with her. I can make up my mind that I want to give you some, but you also can talk so much that it make me
talking right off the. Listen, you might start in it, but you can talk yourself all the way up. Personally, I want to know up front if you want to pee on me or be peed on, or if you into. I want to know that shit up front, so I can, you know what I'm saying, call the nearest Lyft friend or Uber and get the fuck up out of here. I just personally don't need, don't bring me your representative and I don't find out until 6 months down the line that you into some old goofy shit that I ain't into.
But let me also say this. Certain men have this thing about themselves, this confidence level, that even if they want something that's you may consider wild, but they don't only focus on that and they be a good guy, and you stick around like, I really like him, they can persuade you to try some things. But a lot of these men don't even got that old school swag no more. You remember the dude you went out with and you be like, I am not gonna have sex with him. I'm not gonna have but he got that talk game, and you be like, you know what? I might
oh my God.
Y'all ain't got no game no more. Y'all lame. Get some game. Call your daddy. Your daddy almost had me.
Listen, so that brings me to an interesting point. That brings me to the young dude versus the older dude and really dishing out that game. So I titled this Tenderoni Tuesday because I feel like we all tenderonis. We all sexy. And I know how these old niggas be when they got their foot on the gas trying to get at you. Is there really something for younger dudes to learn from the older men, or do these older dudes need to slow it down a little bit? What do you think? Let's start with you, Patrice. What do you think?
I think there's a lot that the young cats can learn from the older dudes. I think, just a little bit of finesse, just a little bit of, you don't mind the gangster, but a little gentleman in there. Like, I don't know. Then again, I'm a Southern girl. You know what I'm saying? So there's a different type of etiquette and courtship that I expect. Again, I just came from New York. I was walking down the streets of New York, and this man shouted out to me, "Hey, you should give me that pussy." And I was appalled. I was aghast. I said, "This is a stranger. I'm just walking down the street." And I had yelled out, "I got herpes." He was like, "So do I." And it was just this crazy thing because I'm thinking, I don't have herpes. Well, I'm just saying, I'm thinking that, back him up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking that's a defense mechanism. And he was like, "It don't matter. We can." And so just the sheer brazenness of some of these younger guys, and again, the music that they listen to, I feel like is a factor. If you listen to some of the old school stuff, it tells.
They were nasty too.
It was nasty, but it had a way of telling you how to talk to and approach a woman. Nastiness, but with some undertones. Bitch, give me some inferences. Don't just come right out.
Give me that pussy, girl. Give me that.
I don't need the weapon game is a lot for me. But I feel like there are some things that that the young guys can learn from the old school, but that comes from men being in these young boys' lives and teaching them that type of stuff. That's what that comes from. You know what I'm saying? Like the uncles and the dads and whoever need to be showing up to give them that, you know what I'm saying, like that information. Cause yeah.
What do you think, Jen? Do you think it's something to be learned from these old niggas that's out here?
Well, you know what? I think
old dudes need to slow down.
So I'm a weird person. Like, I feel like young guy, I think everybody should go through their whole phase. Mm-hmm. Like, let these young boys go through their whole phase, and you'll know that if you listen to that conversation, what they're looking for. I think women get in trouble because we don't really listen to what men say. We think we can change them. Most of the time, men tell you what they want. They tell you, "I'm not looking for nothing serious. I'm only focused on this," which translates to, "I just want to fuck." Versus older men, they lie to you. They tell you they want to settle down and you they queen and I want a wife. I don't trust niggas who announce on social media they looking for a wife because they trying to get some sympathy pussy. But I think that yes, of course, younger can learn from older, but that's in everything. I think older men can learn from younger men too. With being at least a lot of the younger guys are upfront versus some of the older men kind of sell you a fantasy. But I do like. I think anybody you talk to, you just should listen to what they're saying. If a man is saying right now, I'm only focused on getting money, or I'm not looking to settle down, I don't want to get married no time soon. If that's if you looking to get married, then that's not the guy for you. Cause I might be the girl who don't want nothing right now. I might just want to fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I just want to fuck, and you want to fuck, and that's cool with me. And if I'm in a place where I want to settle down, then I want to be with somebody I want to settle down. I'm in a different place now. I want more of a commitment. So I have to listen out for that. And I think we just disappoint ourselves by hoping we can change a man, thinking that we got super coochie.
Amen. Because I haven't yet seen no coochie flying around with a cape on.
Right.
Although I pretty much believe that my coochie has an S on her chest, but I haven't seen that bitch.
I'm gonna say right now, I'm married for bad dude.
Ain't no back sprinkle up for my coochie.
I'm definitely gonna let bad dude
have attention.
You got a theme song though. Got superpowers.
So, who was that? A member before that? She said, "Get you an Uncle Daddy. He's older."
Yeah, I do want a daddy.
Like young boy.
Older men take their time with your body. They want to know every curve. They try to please you.
So that is one thing that I've noticed, and so I know that sometimes I do get young dudes watching. So I just want y'all to take heed to this shit. Definitely need to take your time with a woman's body, because I'm telling y'all, these niggas out here 50 plus is fucking shit up, and they fucking shit up for y'all. Okay, they're setting the bar.
They represent that shit.
They set the bar.
I'll leave the
what age though? Because I feel like I'm too old.
I was gonna say because that's how you get worms. That's how you get worms if they're too old. But look, Jen, I was gonna ask you, what's the youngest that you would like? What do you consider a young ball? Like, what do you think is the youngest that you even give a chance to like talk to?
I don't like young dudes, so I'm funny acting. I'm a Gemini. I'm kind of set in my ways. I like them. They gotta be my age or maybe a year under me, 2 at best. I don't like young dudes. I just don't like the way they talk. They aggravate. All that slang. I ain't got time to translate. What the fuck is you saying, sir? You know, they be texting you. But one time, look, I said all that to say 24. One time I had somebody 24. Look, I had these like, well, you know, I don't really get into the young 24, baby. Yeah, 24. And I had to leave him alone because I was about to get that nigga the key to my house. I was like, you know what? I love you. I love you. And I was like,
and put a PlayStation 5 in there so you know you don't go
put that
nowhere.
PlayStation up. I knew it was gonna be over, so I was like, get out now.
What about you, T. Gray? What's the youngest you going? Freshman year college or
no. Well, I'm gonna tell y'all, like I tried 34, I tried 30, 29. I tried 29. And it was the conversation for me that if I can't have a conversation with you, like I really don't want to rock with you like that. So granted, we can have sex and that could be fun. Thank you for the penis.
Yeah, thank you for that. Yeah. That's it.
But I one of them people that after we fuck or next morning or late night or whatever, like I want to kick it, like I want to chill. I want to actually, we talking, we laughing, we whatever. If I can't hang with you, spend time with you, and like really enjoy the whole person, then I really rather not. So that's what I've come across. And
I like men with a view. Don't you like men with a view?
Just started liking me. Like young dudes wouldn't even come for me. Even guys my age didn't even start talking to me till I was like 35. Wow. So you know, it's like it's fun. You know, it's fun for the moment. Like you know, if I ever feel like I want something, okay, I'll call in and thank you.
Like older dudes be bossy. Like they really be trying to act like your daddy sometimes. Like wait a minute,
they can't get like. But you gotta let them know they got the right one too, though. I think you got to set that up front. Like, I might be younger than you, but you ain't going to run me.
Right.
I don't really have that problem because, you know, I'm kind of aggressive and dumb. You know, they be like, I swear I'm the nigga.
You know not to play with Jen. They know not to play with you. Don't play with her.
And it's
some mama get me right, though. I like when a man can check me, though. I think that's so cute because it take a hell of a man to check me. Don't you think that's cute? I'm more of an alpha male.
Have a woman that is aggressive. Sometimes men can definitely feel inferior to that. A lot of times it can make them feel insecure too because it's the notion of you're too masculine. You're saying things that
alpha female.
You know what I mean? But when you do come across a guy that can not only handle it, take it, dish it, and shut you up, you be like, this nigga about to be my husband.
You be like, ooh, he's
shoot the club up. Shoot the club up.
Yeah, you like, ooh, he said it.
Like, what? Seriously, because it takes a lot.
Ooh, that's so sexy. He said I can't go out tonight, and I care what he said. Ooh.
Yeah, it is. I think that when you're a woman who's dominant, not only in business but in your regular life, both of you are women who have to be dominant on stage, and then because you're in such a male-oriented environment, you got to be dominant as soon as you get off stage to let niggas know, you know, that you're not to be fucked with. So you have that all the time, and I think that when we meet a guy who meets our challenge or who meets who we are, then that's the time that we can now not have to be so dominant. That's the time that we can be allowed to be submissive and be comfortable in that. And I think that being comfortable in that gives you that feeling, that sensation, that my God,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Yeah. Because no other man allows you or gives you that space or woman, whatever.
It's nothing like it.
Right. I think for me, especially being an entertainer, the thing that attracts me about a man is a man having that confidence, especially when you're a woman that's, you know, we're in the public eye a lot. You have a lot of men trying to talk to you. So it's a difference where a man understands that I know who I am. I don't have to worry, and they don't have to have low confidence and low self-esteem. They don't always think you cheating. I like a man who's just a confident man. He don't got to be on the scene, and he know, like, I got my woman. And that's hard to find. I haven't found it yet, but it's hard to find as a, I don't know if y'all face it, as a woman who is a go-getter. You know, a lot of men intimidated. They say they want that kind of woman until they meet them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I done had a couple that then fell by the wayside. So because we out late at night, we with a bunch of dudes with money. Like they say they with it, and then they can't handle it.
Right, they can't handle it.
Right. Well, let me tell you all. It's very interesting on my end because of the subject matter that I talk about. So guys are always, oh, you had this person on your show. This where you talked about this with that person. I saw you was in the green room with this person. You was at the like. What does my show or me being T Gray got to do with me as a person?
See, I know that's hard for you, especially with sex talk. But they are.
It's always going to be a double standard. We don't. That's what it is.
Perfect.
Yeah, because like you don't want me to talk about sex or be as free as I am with the people who may be on my show, but you would want to limit how sexual I am outside. Like that's crazy to me.
But you want to enjoy my wildness in the bedroom.
It's one of those things, like the same things that people love about you and are attracted to you are the things that they grow to hate and despise about you. Like you liked me because I was over the top. I was outgoing. I said what I wanted to say. Like I was outspoken. And then, 6 months in, you like, bitch, you play too much. Like I play all the time,
I've been like this.
I was roasting your ass when I met you. I'm not gonna stop roasting.
That's what I get in trouble. See, I play too much. I like the roast. I'm the joke queen.
That's my love language. If I don't fry your ass on a regular basis, I really don't
go out. If that outfit ain't shit, I'll be like, bro, ain't no way. And they be like, you don't know when to stop playing. I'm like, ew,
that is me, yo. I'm not no mushy ass girl. Like I'm not into that.
I'm like that too. Oh my god, now he's upset. I was joking. I always be like, I was joking. I find myself saying a million times.
So let me ask you, does that then translate into the bedroom negatively? Like, do you find that you have to keep that same comedian Jen Thomas energy, or is that the expectation from a man that that's what they're getting?
No, I'm very upfront. Like, I'm gonna tell you, I don't talk to a lot of men who know me from shows or who see me. A lot of men who I talk to don't know who I am. And if I feel like we getting serious, I'll tell them. Now, I had one bad experience because I was on a date and I had, anyway, we were on a date and I wasn't ready to tell him what I do for a living. And one of my fans was out and it was a guy. He walked in between us and was like, I'm such a fan of Eugene. And he was like hugging and kissing on me. And I then was telling dude like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I meant to tell you I'm a comedian. He did not believe me. So now I go back and forth. If I really feel like I'm liking them, I'll go ahead and tell them. But it's not my first thing. I got to feel you out because I feel like it changes the relationship. They start expecting me to be funny all the time, and I just be like,
not just that, they were like, oh, you're gonna talk about this on stage, like, it was that damn important. First of all, I mean, I might.
I said the same thing. I be like, nah, I ain't gonna lie.
I might. But it's just, I don't like when they gotta feel like they gotta preface. Don't put this in your material. Well, like, girl, just relax. It ain't like that. Yeah,
it's hard. It's
hard. Ray will bring all your business to the
it's such a turn off. And one guy found my thing and he thought I don't know why he thought I was like a person signing talent. And girl, we were in the restaurant and all of a sudden he busts out rapping. I said, Lord Jesus.
Not the audition on the date. Listen.
This was me because I'm petty. I'm like,
I'm super petty. I would have hyped him. I would have been hyping him up like, God, I'm never gonna see this fool again.
He wasn't good, so I was like, yeah, bro, I can't sign you, bro.
That's why I would have hyped it up, knowing that it wasn't good. That's why I'm telling you, I'm petty like that.
Shot off stage. I was so shy. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so shy.
Y'all hilarious. It's so crazy. Like if I meet people, they automatically turn into comedians. Like you weren't a comedian. You've been in your job 25 years. And then you might see my show or see what I do. And now all of a sudden you're a comedian now. All of a sudden, they have conversations with me about what they're going to talk about and how I should have them on my show. Now I should interview, and I'm like, I had
every guy they always end up wanting to be a comedian. He'd be like, you know what? They used to say I was funny. I'd be like, no one says you're funny.
They used to say I was funny.
You're not funny. One guy was there. He finna start a podcast. I was like, why?
Okay.
You're not funny.
Or interesting, because you gotta at least one.
And you're ugly too. I like ugly men with low self-esteem. And sir, you ain't gonna.
It's not gonna work.
But I do like I prefer a civilian over, because I don't know about, we ain't get into like dating comics, but that's definitely not an interest. Like,
I don't really find male comics. Let's get out.
No, it's such a small.
It's a handful. That's
small. I swear to God, y'all male coming to my phone. I apologize, but I think I've only seen like 2 or 3.
Who you said?
It's only like 2 or 3 attractive comedians that I think I've seen. Like only 2 or 3.
Well, no, it's some attractive ones. I mean, it's a few attractive ones, but still, like, I just know that comedians are fundamentally fucked up. It's not like you don't want to like. Nah, it don't work.
There's a few that I probably. It's a couple, but most of the ones that I think have they already taken.
Well, there's that. Yeah, I was gonna say, well, there's that. But yeah, I like civilians. I like somebody that's not, caught up in the high. Yeah, because they just, I don't know. To me, they're just easier to handle.
No. Well, as I grow though, so that was my approach at first. Once I started touring, I realized that I'm going to have somebody who at least understands what it takes to do my job. That we on the road, that we travel. That we, you have, I call it highs and lows. Sometimes you can't breathe because you got so many bookings, and then sometimes it's super slow. So I want somebody to understand what I do too, because I was in a relationship and I was supposed to get married and I didn't get married because I didn't fully let him understand what I do. So we have to be careful with civilians. It got to be somebody who do understand that we are entertainers.
Mm-hmm. That's true. And they got their own thing going. I feel like whether it's comedian or civilians, as long as you are just as busy as I am in whatever the fuck you do, we can have we can do something when you're busy. But if you just sitting at home,
that's the hard lesson I learned. My ex didn't have something, he had a 9 to 5, but he didn't have something that he was pursuing or that he loved. So you need somebody, like she said, that got something to damn do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Most definitely, you got to be able to live out your passions and your dreams, and I think a lot of people put those things by the wayside, especially if their focus is their 9 to 5. They don't necessarily focus on those other things. But you're making a very, very valid point. Being in a relationship with someone who is on the road can be difficult, but having not only fair respect for what they do, a fair understanding for what they do, but also having your own life.
Can I ask you a question? This back to sex. Y'all ever had somebody do too much during sex and you looked at them differently? Like they was too freaky, too fast?
Oh,
you haven't?
Yeah.
I'm definitely not calling you no.
I'm a Scorpio, so it's listen. So I put a lot of the dumb shit. I put a lot of the dumb shit. I want to see how close to death we can even get together. Like I don't know. I never had anybody that shocked me to the point where I was like, oh God, no, it's hard.
Really?
I have
never. So the guy who was like pushing my head down into his asshole like that for me.
That would have definitely took me for it.
I had a dude just too freaky with me. Like he was doing too much. Like I felt like we have been talking for a little bit, but bro, like you eating my ass and all that. I'm like, that's a lie. I just feel like
that was good though.
Y'all feel like that was like, that should take 6 months, and it only took. That kind of scared me. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna block.
So what did you do in that situation?
I blocked him. I couldn't because I couldn't face him. I just was like, how do you do this to everybody? Like, it couldn't get out my mind. I felt like, nah, bro, you do that with everybody. And he was swearing that I was special one. They always say that. No.
Now the flip side to that, now I will say, men who get a little too emotional and clingy early with me, that scares me off more.
Not
so
the wild sex, but
not the wild sex part. But that's like, yo, you say I love you after 3 days, I already know you're gonna kill me and bury me somewhere. I'm gone. I'm gone.
You outside of it. Can't go on no vacations because you're going on the side of the boat.
3. That doesn't do it. You know what? He peed on me. That was exciting, but then he said he loved me. So I'm getting to know. Look, I'm getting to know Scorpios now. I'm a Gemini. You guys are very unique.
Facts.
So you guys, we are here on WEMS Radio. This is Sex Talk with T. Gray. I got Patrice DeVeaux in the building. I got Jen Thomas in the building. We're having a very interesting conversation, having a damn good time. So I want to know, Jen, what is too much for you? Like, what are you not gonna do off break in the bedroom? What's your hold up on the first few times of sex?
And the first
like you said, the dude eating your ass was more 6 months later.
Yeah, that's too much.
So what's that for you as a woman? What are you not going to do on those first couple of experiences?
I ain't gonna give you no head.
Okay, you making a wait on
not at first, not at because I feel like I need to get to know him. I need to know his last name. I need to know.
Last 4 digits of the social security. We'll get the other numbers. We'll get the last 4.
Yeah, I need to know a couple things. I just feel like I don't know. I just feel like that's a lot. I'm talking about early on. Unless you caught me drunk, then hey, you win.
So
if you let me get away
first
with
names is vaginal, last names is oral.
Okay. If you let me get away with it, I will not. I will try to act like I'm asleep.
Do you have sexual lines that you don't cross, period? Are there some things that
anal
non-negotiables? Yeah,
I'm not doing that. I'm not now. We about to get married level. We've been together years. Hey, it might be your birthday. I might let you get down, but other than that, no, thank you. And they got to be begging and pleading. It just take a lot. I be like, oh, you sure? I'm very immature when it comes to that. I don't know why. I need to grow up in that area. I can't do it.
Right where you're comfortable with.
I just feel like that's a lot to ask a person. Like, that's a lot.
So what about you, Patrice? I
Still have no lies. Go now.
She said, I don't even need to know your name. Like, we talk about that.
I need to know your name. We gonna pretend like I don't have no boundaries, no hard stops. But there is not a lot that I'm not at least. Well, I have this thing where I say I'll try anything 3 times. What?
Not 3.
She worse than Tate.
She gonna say I try anything 3 times. 3, I probably
once to see if I like it, twice, well, you know.
I'm sitting up for this.
Once to say that I did it, twice to see if I like it, 3 times to make sure. I feel like you don't know for sure.
Okay.
After 3 times.
You remember when what's name said a man ain't gay, he don't know yet, he got to suck another dick 2, 3 times. Okay, go ahead.
Who said that?
Who was that? I can't think of his name right now.
Said that shit.
Oh my God.
The finger tank.
Tank said that.
Oh, okay.
But go ahead. We ready. Let's hear this.
So, what I'm not. Well, you can't meet my daughters in the first month. You can't meet my kids.
This is not even sex.
Listen.
Notice people.
I can't call it. Like, listen, you know, sometimes when the wine is right and the time is right, no, it's everything to me is more so outside of sex. Like, to me, yeah, it's for me, it's just more the things that are outside of sex. Like I said, a little bit too much meeting your mama. You know what I'm saying?
But
too
sex
soon.
is cool.
I mean, if I'm gonna jump in that arena with you, there is, you know, I'm feeling like, because at that point I feel like we have I'm at a place where I feel like I can be
yourself.
that I'm willing to be free with you. Cause again, like I'll peg a dude if he's into that. I'll peg you if you want me to. Look at Jen.
Wait. What's pegging?
She's gonna strap up on them hoes.
I will strap up for you, dog. If that's what you're into, I will strap up for you. I will definitely go straight in that ass. I'll go right in that ass if you want me to. I mean, I'm gonna talk shit about you at breakfast the next day.
Judgmental. I be judging the hell out you as soon as you say it. I be like, you got to get out of here.
I'm not, because I feel like sex is a space where there is no respect. Like it's a space that is supposed to occupy where you can be completely.
How did you get here? Are you vegan?
And free? Am I vegan?
He got it covered.
That's exactly how it happened. That's exactly how it happened.
Chicken is mushroom. It got to be vegan shit. This vegan.
Oh my God.
Go ahead and feel it. I know you vegan. Go ahead. She don't eat meat. Go ahead. That's how it started.
She eat all the meat, Jen. She eat all the meat.
That's how they started.
I'm going to swingers clubs and not swung. Like I've been to swingers clubs just to watch. Like I'm just a more, open-minded kind of person.
How did you get here, ma'am? This will help me. I need no, because I want to grow. I do want to grow.
She said she want to grow.
I don't know. No judgment. Like I'm telling y'all. So I grew up. The way I grew up was very different. So when I was growing up, look, I gotta be low because my kids. When I was growing up, it was you didn't supposed to masturbate. That was taught to me about you didn't masturbate. So I never did it until the quarantine. Quarantine. Wow. I was like, I need something in my
No, God. First of all, that was just like your Thomas. You're not going to tell me you did not masturbate until 2020. You're not telling me
2021.
That. You're not telling me that.
Listen, I tried.
Let her tell the story.
No, listen, I tried it when I was like early 20s. But I felt so bad because I was taught that it was sinful. I never did it again. So as I got older with my own mind, now mind you, I'm older. So with the quarantine, my friend was saying, I was like, oh, I'm blue. She was like, girl, you got to try it. I'm telling you. So finally, my mind was open enough to try it. So I ordered off of Amazon, and I was like, I see why these people didn't want me to do it because it blew my mind.
Did you get a rose?
She lying.
But I was like,
oh, you got to get one.
She lying, yo.
I know it's hard, but it is about upbringing and stuff that when you've been taught that it was almost demonic the way it was taught to me. So I was afraid of it until I got my own relationship and all of those things that got away from just religion. I have a relationship. So for me to be learning so late, it blew my mind. I'm like,
but you know what though?
I'm surprised I even still got a clitoris. I've been masturbating.
I came and I was like, nobody's ever made me do this. So maybe I haven't ever enjoyed it.
I'm telling you, that's the way that I stay away from a bunch of dudes. I rub one out real quick and see if I'm still interested after I rub one out, then I'll come and see about you. But
really, really quickly, because one, you're not alone in where you are sexually. So I honestly, wholeheartedly don't want you to feel that. And I know that.
I know it's a lot of
people like you grew up like Southern Baptist. Were you Southern Baptist when you grew up? Pentecostal.
I grew up in different. I always mess it up. 7-Day Vintage.
Oh yeah.
You know they're very,
y'all
very
definitely
strict.
Let me tell you something. I knew up here was a stone cold.
Yeah, I was that, then I went to Baptist, and then I was Presbyterian, and then I was
but 7-Day Adventist do it.
Yeah,
Jehovah's Witness, all of that. Yeah, okay, I get it. It makes so much sense.
But I became I found my own self in my 30s.
Right.
You know what I mean? But remember, all of this, so that's in you. It's not that you don't want to, it's that you've been taught not to, and who wants to go again?
And you got to get right.
Yeah. So it was like,
I'm proud of you, one, for even being comfortable enough with your body to engage.
Right.
Because there's so many women who, like yourself, may have been taught to be uncomfortable with their body, to be uncomfortable getting to know themselves. Masturbation is super healthy by, not just my standard, but it's documented medically. It's very, very healthy for you. But it's healthy on a mental side, to me, much more than a physical side, because you have to have such a firm understanding of your body and the mechanics and how it works and what it really takes to please you. And so your pleasure level is probably going to increase if it hasn't already.
Yeah, it has.
Having sex post masturbation, because now it's more of a skill thing. It's more of a guided thing. It's more of a, I know that I like it this way. I know if I like you to look it like this or touch it like that. Like it definitely amplifies your level of pleasure.
Right.
The other day I was on a live and I came across a woman who just got head for the first time in her 50s.
Wow.
What?
And so
I'm telling you, girl.
She had been
I was
married
a girl
and everything.
that when my friends would share stories, I didn't have a lot of stories to share. Like, oh, you ever did this? You ever had this? And not that I didn't go through my wild phase. I did. But certain stuff I just didn't get to experience. You know what I mean? So now I wish every woman, if you haven't, like you said, you should definitely get to know yourself. It's a whole. I think it gives us a voice too, because you get in a space where you know yourself and you're not afraid to tell a man, you know what, I don't like that, but if you could do this,
it's emotional for me, because I hate the fact that so many of us, our bodies, we feel like are only for male only for how they feel, how they get down, like how their pleasure, and we put ours on the back burner or dismiss it completely, as if our vessel and our soul is only for their consumption. That's what I'm just like, to the idea of going 50 years on this planet, and that's the first time you ever had oral sex, had somebody go down on you, is so
to give you that pleasure. And it made me sad too. Like once I did it, I'm with you. It gives you a sad feeling, because I was like, I went all of these years and didn't realize that all of the times that I was intimate, I never really was fully pleased. Right. And I didn't even know that. Right. I was pleasing them, but I wasn't pleased because I didn't even know what I liked.
So let me ask you this. When you say that you came from the masturbation, was it just a normal, or you just came, or did you have an orgasm, or did you squirt, or I'm getting
all
personal.
Of that.
Getting personal.
And mind you, I had never had an orgasm. I never thought I could even squirt. I was like, I can't do that. And then that's why I said it was what I was like. I joke about this on stage. I was like, I didn't even know my body can do the things that it did, because I never had anyone take the time to take me there. And I didn't. And if they was trying to take me, I wouldn't know what to tell them to go. But now I'd be like,
and that's the beauty of it, because once you know how you can please your own self, I'm telling you, you take so much less off of this bread.
Yeah, I think it is back, like you said. And then it not only did that, but I also had therapy. I just had the perfect timing for everything. I end up having therapy and having this, and I see what you said. It's really getting to know yourself and realizing the power that we have as women. The whole circle. And once you tap into that and you start to get to know yourself, maybe, baby, let me tell you something. It's a whole new world.
Yeah.
Let's clap it up for masturbation real quick. Can we just look at I was 11 years old, and I didn't know that. Like, oh,
I was looking at you and I'm like, wow, I'm gonna get there. I think it's a level of freeness. That's why I joke about vegan, because I do feel like once you start researching your food and what goes in your body and just learning more, it's exciting, ladies.
So I'm excited for you, Jen. Now for Jen and everyone else out there.
Look, so you already know too.
SexTalkWithTGray.com. You always know you can hop on there and get your sex advice, buy some merch, see what the hell I got going on. But just let this be a testament, though, to other women who are still in that phase of not being comfortable enough to touch themselves. Your coochie ain't nasty.
I be sucking my own titties and some more shit. What is that?
Girl, I'm
It is a
telling you.
beautiful thing.
You're gonna be in that sex store looking at all kind of stuff. You know what? Gotta give me this and some wine tonight.
It's a beautiful
I be pushing these little B cup tucks in my mouth like, stop. Stop. Who you talking to? Stop playing with her.
It is so often that you have people in sexual relationships that never reach a climax.
Wow.
They were never pleased. Like you said, you don't even realize what your body's really capable of. And then to Patrice's point, there are a lot of wives and husbands too, for that matter, who have no idea of what pleasure to them feels like because their entire sexual career, so to speak, has been pleasing the other person, what that other person can get from them, how that other person can come, as opposed to what you can call satisfying or what you find pleasure or ecstasy or whatever these pretty words that people want to put to it.
Mm-hmm.
Life is too short, you guys. And if you didn't learn nothing from COVID, if you survived a whole damn pandemic, the least you could do is be out here busting.
Right.
That's the least you could do.
The least you could do.
If not
Yeah,
for
your beautiful skin.
Run for me, okay? If not for yourself, the least you could do. You know, get to know you, get to understand your body, understand how it works, what makes it tick, what doesn't. Understand that pleasure doesn't always have to come from another person or an object. It doesn't. Magic can happen with just one hand.
Oh, I don't have sex with inanimate objects. Let me go on record and say, for as much as I masturbate, I've never used a rabbit. I've never used a dildo type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Never, none of that. It's always just me, myself, and I. That's all I got in the end. That's how I found out.
Amazon gonna be your best friend.
That's funny. I just missed Prime Day, so y'all niggas who ain't on that. Yeah, but it's definitely a lot of things out there, though. Even if you want to begin to explore, this should be your phase and should be your time to do so. I don't feel
start with a shower head if you must.
Hello.
Bedroom should not be a place of fear.
Yeah,
you shouldn't. You should be totally comfortable. You should be able to be free. You should be able to be vulnerable, and you should be able to be whatever kind of freak, nasty hoe you want to be in your bedroom. You should be able to do that. So if you're at a phase where you don't know, you're not sure, you know that you're not satisfied, you don't even really realize what real pleasure is, damn it, take the time to find out.
Or follow us for more advice. Look, I just
it is. I got lots of tips and tricks. I'm not going to put it all on Blue Ivy's internet. But
so you guys, before we get out of here, we got to let everybody know what's going on with you fantastic women. These are two women that I am true fans of. You guys, I always get excited when I have Black women in comedy on my show. I always get excited to have some girl talk, but it's even more exciting when it's somebody that I can say, yo, I'm legit a fan. I'm legitimately a fan of Jen, and I just really came across Jen this year, and I'm like, yo, she's so dope.
Thank you,
I love you so, Patrice. I do. Super, super talented. You ladies bring real laughs to the stage. So I appreciate you all in your own respect. And Patrice, what you got going on, girl? What is coming up?
Girl, it's so much. This week, Abner Clay Park, we're doing a Pride show. That's July 25th from 4 to 6. And then I'm also featuring at the comedy club that same day. But come out to the park. This is a big deal for me. I'm born and pretty much raised in Richmond, Virginia, between Richmond and Philly. I was raised, but this is a park where I remember my sister used to go and smoke weed at and tell me not to tell my mama. And now I get an opportunity to go, and it's a community event. We're celebrating Pride, but also passing out condoms and doing rapid testing for things. So it's a major thing. 200 West Clay Street, Abner Clay Park in Richmond, Virginia. I just really wanted to plug that because it is a big community event and nobody is putting up any money into it except all of the volunteers that want to make this thing a thing. So Me and a few comedians are gonna come out, and we got a fire eater and all kinds of stuff. It's a lot. It's gonna be a lot of entertainment, a lot of education, a lot of fun. So I want people to do that. Every Sunday, I do 2 drag shows at the Sandman Comedy Club, and they are crazy fun. So yo, when I tell you,
It sounds fun.
It's one of my favorite things to do. So every Sunday, 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. is 2 shows. It's drag comedy at the Sandman Comedy Club. So check for that. Chocolate Sundays is coming up July 4th. I'll be there, doing the Get Down, How I Get Down. And just follow me at But Is She Funny on all social media. I'm always moving around. I should have a cocaine habit the way that I am never stop moving, but I don't. Unless I get a really good connect. No, I've never. Follow me at But Is She
Funny. We got it. You're funny. So no cocaine. That's what we at.
Life is for the living. That's all I'm saying. Life is for the living.
All righty, and Miss Jen, let's chop it up. Tell everybody what you got going on, girl. And you working, honey?
Well, I'm trying. You guys can catch me on the Yeah We Talk Like This show every Wednesday. You guys can follow me on. You can get on YouTube. I'm on there. I have a couple shows coming up. I will be in Macon, Georgia soon. I think I have something in Baton Rouge. But what I do is I always post my up and coming events on my Instagram or Facebook. So you guys just follow me at Jen Thomas. That's Jen like the liquor, Gin. And you can always know where I'm going. Also, I have my clothing line, Thickish, for all my girls. Just let you know, love your body, and Gravy Thick. Y'all can find it on www.gravythick.com. And I want to say thank you so much for having me. And I am so excited to meet you, girl. I'll be following you. But is she funny?
Make you saying we're gonna definitely have some conversations because
now that you live and
that's great. Thank you for always being such a great supporter of mine. I love you so much, T. Gray. I'm glad we got a chance to do this.
Yeah, I appreciate both you ladies coming on. This has been phenomenal. It's been a lot of fun. I hope that everybody definitely walked away with something. If you didn't walk away with knowledge, I hope you walked away with a laugh. And if anything else, I hope you walked away with both. So, like always, if you need some sex advice, y'all niggas know to hit me up. www.sextalkwithtgray.com.
Can we email you if we have a question, but we want to be anonymous?
Yes, it is absolutely discreet.
Yes,
absolutely. and it works. So I come from a place of realism and a trusting place. So a lot of people I've helped to get people reach better levels of intimacy. So I'm proud to say that. Okay. And I'm proud to say that you'll never hear about it in public because we ain't telling.
Good. I'll send it to you.
Yeah, I don't. But you all out there, definitely go to my website, grab you some merch, see what your girl has going on. Make sure that you stay up and keep up with all of my shows. I'll be right back here next week, you guys. Marvin Dixon's coming through next week. Okay. I don't know if I smooth surprise y'all with another hot seat co-host. We don't know what may happen, but I got great shows lined up for you. So I will see you all right back here next Wednesday on next Tuesday. My bad. That's what happens when you got 3 and 4 shows.
Yeah.
Tuesday, bitch.
with T. Gray for me.
I'm sorry. I got too much going on, but I'll be right here, you guys. This is going to be a lot of fun. I will see you all day. Bye bye.
Good night.